Good Saturday evening to you, wrestling fans. Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. Josh with you for the next hour. We are kicking off round 2 in the TV title tournament. Arn Anderson taking on Sting.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by J. Dublin. And from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 225 pounds, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
What a main event last week, fans. Ric Flair, Arn Anderson were disqualified when they took on Sting and Magnum TA. Flair using that chair on Sting. But finally, Sting had Anderson in the ring, but this time it'll be man-to-man Sting with a chance to get his revenge on the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. 2 weeks ago, we saw Sting getting involved in that TV title tournament match when Anderson defeated Magnum TA. And of course, we saw Anderson attacking the Stinger. What a feud it's been. And this one's an important match. Round 2 match in the TV title tournament. Tremendous ovation for Sting from this sold-out crowd.
And his opponent from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 251 pounds. This is Sting!
Both men hoping to advance to the semifinal round next week, the Final Four. Sting wants to get his hands on Arn Anderson in a bad way. Anderson has fled the ring. Speaking of someone wanting to get their hands on someone, Ricky Morton hoping to get Jim Cornette in the ring for 5 minutes. If Morton can defeat Stan Lane tonight in our main event, he will get 5 minutes in the ring with Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette, of course, attacked Ricky Morton last week. Double arm suplex there by Double A, the Enforcer. The fans clearly behind Sting. Our referee for tonight's match is Bill Scott. Sting with a headlock. What a right hand. And Sting now picks him up. Drops him down. Sting pounding the chest. He is fired up this evening. Clubbing the back. And now stomping the lower back of Arn Anderson. James J. Dillon at ringside. The manager of the Horsemen. Fans Barry Windham, Magnum TA not in the building tonight, I'm told. Neither is the world champion Ric Flair. Or Ron Garvin. None of those men in attendance here tonight. Sting introducing Anderson to that top turnbuckle. That is an acquaintance Anderson would not like to have had. And now Sting off the top rope. Flying elbow drop to the lower back. Sting really concentrating on the back of Anderson. Drives the elbow home. Now stomps the back. Trying to force Anderson to submit here. Just sitting down on the back. A modified version of that camel clutch. Did not wrap the arms around the knees, however, to trap them. And that allowed Anderson to get to his feet. And he flips Sting over. Sting, slow to get up. He was hit hard. Anderson, chopped down by Sting. Sting now with a cover. Hooks the leg, a 1 count. Also tonight, Wild Bill Irwin taking on gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Belly to back suplex. He planted Anderson. That is another TV title tournament match. Also Tully Blanchard taking on Dusty Rhodes. That is a round 2 match. And then Ivan Koloff taking on Ron Simmons. And that'll wrap up round 2 in this TV title tournament. But that's not all we have for you tonight. Sam Houston taking on Baron von Raschke. Baron attacked Sam last week after Sam lost to Ivan Koloff in a grueling match in that TV title tournament. We saw Baron attacking Houston. Suplex here by Sting. Has him down. Also another grudge match coming your way. The Italian Stallion taking on Black Bart. 2 kick out there by Anderson. I said cookout, but that is a kick out. Plenty of cookouts coming soon as summer approaches and the action heating up here in World Championship Wrestling. Sting stomps the midsection of the Enforcer. And now Sting going to lock on the figure 4. Anderson's going to be trapped. He's got it locked in. Anderson nowhere to go. Can he turn it over? Just leans forward and punches Sting right in the jaw, and that'll force the break. Anderson now takes Sting, whips him into the corner, charging in. What a clothesline! Down goes Sting. Anderson kicking the ribs. And Anderson might be returning the favor here. No, it's a leg lock. And Sting now trapped. Anderson losing his grip here. He'll break free. Did not have it locked in well. Anderson continues the onslaught on the legs. And now what's Anderson doing? He removed the top turnbuckle pad, exposing that steel. He's going to throw Sting into it. Front face lock. Drives the arm down, trying to wear down Sting. Sting just collapsed against the ropes. And now Arn going for that slingshot suplex. Tully Blanchard would be proud. Nicely executed. Anderson needs to go for the cover here, but he is winded, really grimacing, favoring the back. As you saw Sting attacking that back early on. Grudge match here. Sting hates every member of the Horsemen, but right now the number one man he hates is Arn Anderson. Drives him down. Sting feels Anderson cost him his shot at that World Championship back at the Clash of the Champions when Anderson interfered. Anderson, if you missed it, he distracted the referee. That allowed Ric Flair to roll up Sting to win the world title. Meanwhile, Bill Scott just reapplied that top turnbuckle. Headlock here by Anderson. Sting has been busted open. The blood has begun to flow from the forehead. He is lacerated. Sting with a headlock. Anderson rips free, but Anderson picks him up. Nice move there by the enforcer. Do not sleep on Arn Anderson. He is one of the best wrestlers in World Championship Wrestling, and Sting is finding out right now. He's exposed that steel again, removing the other top turnbuckle. Neck breaker now. The referee distracted now, putting that top turnbuckle back on. Bill Scott trying to refasten that top turnbuckle. He's not looking here. Low blow. He just nailed Sting downstairs. He should have been disqualified. Bill Scott did not see it. No, don't let it in like this. No. It's over. Anderson steals this one. The cheap shot, the low blow. And Sting could not recover. Anderson's moving on to the semifinals. There you see it. Anderson missed that jab. Sting took him down with that knife-edge chop. Fans are stunned here. Hopefully Sting is okay. There you see it. Right downstairs where the referee was not looking. And that's going to propel Anderson on to the semifinal round. And that's going to make Sting hate Anderson all the more. Things definitely not settled between Sting and Arn Anderson. I can assure you of that. Not a good night for Sting in more ways than one. We'll be right back. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Sold out crowd here in Atlanta, Georgia. The TV title tournament continues. Anderson moving on to the Final Four next week. Wild Bill Irwin hoping to join him.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Texas, weighing in at 250 pounds, Bill Irwin.
Wild Bill taking on gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Great win last week. Wild Bill forcing Eddie Gilbert to submit to that vicious bear hug. And that allowed Wild Bill to make it to round 2. Jimmy Garvin, of course, advanced 2 weeks ago. He defeated Brad Armstrong. What a matchup that was. If you missed it, go back and watch that one. Back on May 3rd, 2 weeks ago. Classic matchup between gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Brad Armstrong. Garvin hoping to make it to the Final Four. He'll have to get past Wild Bill here this evening. Main event tonight. Ricky Morton taking on Sweet Stan Lane. If Morton wins, he gets 5 minutes in the ring with Jim Cornette. Last week, Cornette, of course, blindsided Morton backstage, trying to put him out of commission before the Clash of the Champions 2 in 2 weeks.
And his opponent, accompanied by Precious, and from Bad Street, Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 235 pounds, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
At the clash, we know it's going to be Ric Flair, the world champion, defending against Magnum TA in a grudge match. The title will be on the line. Also, the world tag team champions, the Midnight Express, taking on the challengers, the Rock and Roll Express. We also know U.S. champion Nikita Koloff will take on the total package Lex Luger with the titles on the line. And also just signed, Barry Windham taking on Ron Garvin in a First Blood match. We'll also have the finals of the TV title tournament. Both these men hoping to be there. Garvin with a straight right hand. He took down Wild Bill. Precious applauds. Atomic drop there by Wild Bill. Front face lock. Wild Bill has him up. Beautiful suplex. Wild Bill definitely an underdog in this tournament, but he could surprise everybody, win the championship. Same could be said for gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. But right now, Wild Bill in control. Cracks the knee. Lateral press. Did not hook the leg. Easy kick out by gorgeous Jimmy. Knee. Great move there by Wild Bill. Now trying to force Garvin to submit. Legs locked around that arm, and I'm pulling back on the wrist. Garvin, good escape there. Right hands. And Garvin grabbing the arm. Damage may be done. Threw him into the corner, and Wild Bill just collapsed, falling face first to the mat. Drives the knee to the back of the head. Garvin picks him up. Breaks the eyes. Puts him up on the top rope. Wild Bill with that cowboy boot right to the mouth. But Garvin with a kick to the midsection. Running clothesline. He took down Wild Bill. Lateral press here. Shoves him down. One. Hey, what's Garvin doing here? Garvin being distracted by a fan. Not sure what that fan yelled, but Garvin did not like it. Spinning back elbow. Yeah, there's a fan at ringside off camera. Shouted something unkind against gorgeous Jimmy. Obviously, he's a fan of the Long Riders, or at least of Wild Bill Irwin. You saw Garvin just kind of glare down at ringside. That fan's waving there. Garvin tripped him up. Garvin cannot allow fans to get to him here. He's got to focus on Wild Bill Irwin if he wants to move on to the semifinal round. Look at Garvin. He is taunting that fan. Picks him up. Good backhand strike and a right hand. Went for the drop kick. Wild Bill just deflected with both hands. Great counter there by Irwin. And now cracks the knee once again. Wild Bill really focusing on the legs. Garvin kicks free. Cover here by Garvin. This time not allowing the fan to distract him, and gets a 1 count. Good kick there by Jimmy. Clash of the Champions coming to you in 2 weeks from North Charleston, South Carolina. It is Spring Stampede. That's what we're subtitling it. Arm drag there by Wild Bill. And a knee right to the kisser. Cover here by Irwin. Going for the victory. Gets a 1 count only. Thank you so much for tuning in this Saturday evening. Winds up and drives the elbow to the back of the head. And Precious looking extremely concerned now. Another cover here by Irwin. He thinks he has him. And a near fall. Garvin just got the shoulder up. Irwin now locks the arm again. He is working over Jimmy Garvin. Garvin gonna have to try to fight free again, and he will. Uses that same escape. But again, holding the arm, bringing it. Went for the clothesline. Wild Bill caught him right in the mouth with an elbow. And now drops him gut first over the knee. Wild Bill going for the camel clutch. Garvin is close to the ropes. If he can just grab that bottom rope, he can force the break. He's reaching out. but instead, out of desperation, just pries the hands away from his mouth. And Garvin now trapped in the ropes. Straight right hand by Garvin. He is caught in that middle rope. Wild Bill going out to the floor, yelling at Precious. Garvin is not going to like that. He's not going to put up with that. Precious backing away. Garvin yelling at Wild Bill. Precious just threw Wild Bill back in the ring. She's fired up. She wants to climb in there and take him on. Garvin grabs him by the hair. And now Garvin infuriated. You do not mess with Precious. Do not mess with his main squeeze. Great suplex there by Gorgeous Jimmy. Right hand and a one-handed bulldog. Critical mistake committed by Wild Bill Irwin. Do not go after Precious. You have lit a fire under Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Clothesline. And now Garvin taking a moment to catch his breath. What a match this has been in this TV title tournament. Wild Bill is busted open. The blood just pouring down the forehead. Garvin measuring him. He's going for the DDT. Fans sense it. Wild Bill caught the leg. And the elbow right to the knee. But a flying clothesline by Garvin. And now Garvin stomping the arm. Cover. Middle of the ring. Did not hook the leg. One. And easy kick out by Wild Bill. Garvin should have secured that leg. Fans loving it here in Atlanta, Georgia. And now Garvin dropping all the weight down on the leg. Leaping leg drop across the throat. Stomps that bloody forehead. Front face lock rolls him over. Chin lock. Trying to force Wild Bill to give up. Still so many great matches still to come. U.S. champion Nikita Koloff will take on Wildfire Tommy Rich in a non-title match. Koloff wants a warm-up match before the Clash of the Champions. Title will not be on the line, but if Rich can score an upset win over Koloff, surely he will put himself in line for a title shot in the near future. Great swinging neck breaker covered by Garvin, too. Near fall. Near fall. Wild Bill just got the shoulder up. Garvin putting the boots to Wild Bill. Another leaping leg drop across the throat. Chin lock here by Garvin. Wild Bill still has a lot of fight in him. He wants to move on to the semifinals. Can he mount a comeback here? Drives the elbow to the midsection. And once again, Garvin. Good block there by Wild Bill. It's a slugfest now. Picks him up. Garvin slips behind. Shoves him off. And now Garvin with a clothesline. He floored Wild Bill. And now yanks him out of the corner. Could not hold him down for the pin. Garvin out, kicks the leg. Cover here by Jimmy. One. A one count only. A quick kick out by Garvin. Or by Wild Bill, I should say. And now Garvin going for the camel clutch. Trying to force Wild Bill to give up here. Referee Bill Scott checking in. Will Wild Bill submit? He forced Eddie Gilbert to give up last week to that bear hug. And now he is in danger of being submitted himself. Wild Bill slips free. Takes out the leg. Great strategy there by Wild Bill. He took down Gorgeous Jimmy. Might be going for the bear hug. Yes, he's got locked in. That is a move he won. He used to win last week over Eddie Gilbert. Garvin strapped. Middle of the ring. Garvin trying not to submit. The worst thing he can do is panic. And that's what Eddie Gilbert did last week. Garvin trying to fight free. Claps the ears. And he'll break free. Right hand. Garvin just slugging away now. Fighting out of desperation. Just hammering away on Wild Bill. Taking out the frustrations. For Wild Bill getting up in the face of Precious. But I tell you, Precious can hold her own. She threw Wild Bill in the ring like a lumberjack. One-handed bulldog by Garvin. Turns him over. This could be all. Leg hooked. Garvin's moving on. 2, 3. No! Wild Bill kicked out. Garvin complains of a slow count. It wasn't. Wild Bill just so tough, but look at the blood just pouring down his face now. Referee might have to intervene and stop this match. Garvin going for the DDT. If he lands it, it's over. Can Wild Bill block it? No, he can't. Already on that bloody forehead. He just planted Wild Bill Irwin. Got to turn him over now. Hooks the leg. Smart move. Wild Bill cannot put that leg on the rope to break the pin. And Garvin's moving on. Hard-fought win for gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. But he will join Arn Anderson in the semifinal round next week. It's yet to be determined if they'll face each other. That is up to the rankings in the bracket. But both men are moving on to the semifinals next week. What a match. Garvin emerges victorious.
Here is your winner, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
Fans, there's an altercation in the dressing room area. We're going to try to take our cameras back there right now. Find out what's going on. It is Sting exacting revenge on Anderson. I knew it wasn't settled. Sting using the chair on Anderson. He just knocked him out. Let's get back to the ring. A frustrated Sting. If you missed it earlier, Anderson using the low blow to score a cheap pinfall win over Sting.
The following contest.
Anderson will be unable to accompany Tully Blanchard to the ring now.
Accompanied by Perfect 10. And from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 241 pounds, Tully Blanchard.
Blanchard had to see what happened because that area was close to where Tully was entering the ring. Obviously, Tully rattled here. And our medical team attending to Arn Anderson. Anderson may be in no condition to compete next week. Sting wailing him with that steel chair. Meanwhile, Tully Blanchard has to focus on his opponent, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. J.J. Dillon, Baby Doll, obviously worried about Anderson as well.
Opponent from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 270 pounds, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
But Dillon and Baby Doll, they've got to stay out here with Blanchard. That's their job. To help Blanchard move on to that semifinal round. Tremendous ovation for the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He would love to become the first TV champion, but so would Tully Blanchard. Wild Bill Irwin being looked at also by our medical team. Busy night for them. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. They already tended to Sting earlier on. Collar and elbow tie-up. Blanchard backs Rhodes into the corner. Both men trapped here. Bill Scott's going to have to intervene. Cheap shot there by Blanchard. Bill Scott warned him. And Tully Blanchard just chopped the referee. He's lucky he did not get disqualified there. Referee Bill Scott had every right to disqualify Blanchard right there. Chose not to do so. You do not lay your hands on a referee, I'm sure he will be fined. Went for the clothesline, but Blanchard shoved him up and over with a backdrop, and Rhodes hit hard on the floor. Here comes James J. Dillon over. Look out. Blanchard going out to the floor. Dusty Rhodes daring him to come out. Went for the right hand, nobody home. Rhodes moved out of the way, but now Blanchard throws Dusty into that steel railing. Inverted atomic drop. Somehow Rhodes stays on his feet. Blanchard just slapped him in the back of the head. Picks him up. Shoulder breaker by Tully. They need to get it back in the ring here. Throws Rhodes into the steel railing once more. And now raining down right hands on Rhodes. Baby Doll, James J. Dillon looking on. They have until the count of 10 to get back in the ring. Tully would love to score a count-out win over the American Dream. Throws him into the ring. Here comes Dillon over. Baby Doll ready to fight. And now we're back in the ring. Rhodes playing possum. High knee lift. He took down Tully. What a kick right to the throat. Dusty, of course, the master of that bionic elbow. If he can hit Tully with it, it's going to be over. And Tully, we mentioned it earlier, the master of that slingshot suplex. We saw his teammate, former Horseman, Arn Anderson, use it earlier on Sting. Rhodes jiving now. Has him. Beautiful bulldog. And Blanchard hurting. Picks him up. Good block there by Tully, and a solid punch right to the midsection. Double underhook and suplex. Great move there by Blanchard. Cover. Again, not hooking the leg. We saw it earlier from Anderson and from Jimmy Garvin. Blanchard now kicking the back of the head and now applying the head scissors. Great follow-up move. Trying to wear down Dusty Rhodes, force a submission. But Rhodes fights his way free. Tully stays on him. Again, slaps him in the back of the head. Arrogant move. Waist lock. Beautiful side suplex there by Tully. And now Tully going after the leg. It's no secret that Rhodes has had those legs injured in the past. And now Tully yelling at a fan. That is not the same fan that was distracting Jimmy Garvin. And now Blanchard locking on the figure four. Has it applied very well. Can Rhodes turn it over? Yes, he can. And now the pressure reverses to the legs of Tully Blanchard. He'll have to break the hold. Winding up now, Rhodes with a right hand. He took down Blanchard. And now the elbow to the forehead. Still to come, the last match in this TV title tournament, for round 2 anyway. Ron Simmons taking on Ivan Koloff. What a kick to the chest. Also that big grudge match coming our way. Sam Houston to take on Baron von Raschke. Another one, Black Bart taking on Black Bart taking on Italian Stallion. Bart and Irwin are tag team partners. And of course our main event tonight, Ricky Morton and Stan Lane. If Morton wins, he gets 5 minutes in the ring with Jim Cornette. Rhodes burying that knee right in between the shoulder blades. Bending back on the arms. Tully trying to get to his feet. Drives the elbow to the midsection, maybe the sternum. Short arm clothesline by Tully. Great maneuver. Either man could be a great TV champion, but they've got to win tonight. Tully has him up. Might be going for that slingshot suplex. Notice the abdominal stretch instead. Still trying to wear down the American Dream. There's a lot of fight in him. Look at that hip toss. Look at the strength of Dusty Rhodes to break free. Stomping now on Blanchard. And now driving all the weight down on the lower back. Picks up Tully. Whips him into the corner. Charging in. He just squashed Blanchard in the corner. Stomps the arm. Dusty Rhodes fired up this evening. Drives the elbow right to the forehead. Shoulder claw applied. Good news for Arn Anderson. He will be okay. Took those chair shots, but nothing broken. So good news for Arn Anderson. He will compete next week. Rhodes now winding up. Drives Blanchard down. And a cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. He's moving on. He just beat Tully Blanchard. What a victory by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Fans loving it here in Atlanta, Georgia. Blanchard will not be moving on to the semifinal round. Only Anderson now. That's only Anderson, not Ole. Arn Anderson is the only man who will be in the semifinals representing the Horsemen.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes has punched his ticket to the semifinal round next week. What a night that's going to be a week from tonight. Don't miss it. Great victory by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. It is time for our last TV title match of the evening. Tournament match, I should say. That fire signals the arrival of Paul Jones's army. 2 members anyway, and the manager. Number 1, Paul Jones.
Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Baron. And from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 298 pounds, the Russian gladiator, Irwin Koloff.
Baron von Raschke and Paul Jones will have the back of Ivan Koloff this evening. Koloff hoping to become the final semifinalist, but he's got to defeat the All-American Ron Simmons, one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions. That is no easy feat, I can assure you. Sam Houston's in the building tonight. Will he accompany his tag team partner to the ring? That remains to be seen. I would think so, and yes, he is.
And his opponent, accompanied by Sam Houston. And from Warner Robins, Georgia, weighing in at 278 pounds, one half of the WCW United States Tag Team, the All-American Ron Simmons.
Baron von Raschke not liking that Houston's out here. Hopefully, those 2 men will keep their tempers under control. They're both going to be opposite each other across the ring. Baron von Raschke attacked Sam Houston last week, and that led to the match being signed for tonight. Ivan Koloff backs Simmons into the corner. Will we see a clean break this time? No, we won't. Cheap shot there by the Russian Bear. And Bill Scott warning Ivan Koloff. Koloff picks him up. Fall away slam. Ivan with a kick right to the neck. Has Simmons down. The winner of this match moves on to next week to the semifinal round to join Arn Anderson, Dusty Rhodes, and Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Covered here by Koloff. Easy kick out by the All-American. Simmons obviously with that strength and size advantage. But I don't think anybody applies that bear hug better than Ivan Koloff. Simmons has to avoid that hold at all cost. Cover here by Koloff. 1. Another kick out by Simmons. Things not starting off well for Ron Simmons, but now trips up the Russian Bear and a strong kick to the back. Sam Houston rooting his partner on. Look at the strength of Ron Simmons. Military press. Can he press him over his head? Yes, he can. And drops him gut first to the mat. Inverted atomic drop. Went for the clothesline. Ivan ducked it. Great strategy there by Koloff. Trying to wear down Ron Simmons. Just grabbed him from behind. That great nerve hold. Simmons collapses. And now Koloff going back to work. Cover here by the Russian Bear. 1. A 1 count only. Koloff now raking the eyes. Koloff picks him up. Just slingshots him down. And Simmons, the back of his head, just bounced off the mat. Koloff turns him over, working over Ron Simmons. Boston Crab. Sam Houston yelling at Simmons not to submit. Simmons fighting back now. A knee to the side of the head. Great move there by Ron. Ron Simmons, of course, defeated Black Bart a week ago. Used that running power slam on him. Good neck breaker there by Simmons. Picks him up. He caught the leg. Good elbow there by Koloff. Wrist lock, overhand wrist lock. Driving Simmons to one knee, but Simmons gets to his feet. Driving the punches right to the midsection. Good shot there by Ron. Turns him over. Flips him over, I should say. Simmons. Jockeying for position. Now throws him shoulder first into that ring post. A moment of indecision on the part of Ron Simmons as he plans strategy, now beats the chest. And Koloff taking a timeout, consulting with Baron von Raschke and number 1 Paul Jones. Simmons following to the outside. A double countout would result in both men being eliminated from the tournament. And now Koloff going after Houston. He kicked him right in the midsection. What a cheap shot there by Koloff. I guess he felt that Sam was in the way. And that really infuriated the Russian Bear. He's just kicking away on the lower back of Ron Simmons, working him over here. Trying to break the man's back. Now Koloff has him up. What a backbreaker. Really concentrating on the back all of a sudden of Ron Simmons. What an onslaught. And that's why he's got the bear hug locked in. That Russian bear hug. Can Ron Simmons get out of it? No, he can't. He gave up. That's something you never see. Ron Simmons just submitted. What a flurry of offense. Targeting the lower back of Ron Simmons. And he locked on that bear hug out of nowhere. Took Ron Simmons and the fans by surprise. Koloff's moving on to the semifinal round. What a win over the All-American. There you see that backbreaker right after that flurry of kicks to the lower back. And then locking in the bear hug. Ron Simmons had no choice but to submit. He was too far from the ropes to reach him.
Here is your winner, the Russian Gladiator, Irwin Koloff.
Sam Houston looking frustrated, dejected, disheartened. Ivan Koloff just forced Ron Simmons to submit. Houston checking on his partner. And fans, we've got to go to the back once more. There's something going on once more. It's Tully Blanchard. He's attacked Dusty Rhodes. Tully not happy with losing to the American Dream. It's the night of the chair shot. We're back to the ring. We're going to need some help for the American Dream. Dusty Rhodes. And Tully not. Things definitely not settled between Dusty Rhodes and Tully Blanchard. Blanchard wailing Rhodes with that chair.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by
Ivan Koloff returning the favor here. He's going to be in the corner of his partner here, his teammate Baron von Raschke.
Weighing in at 281
You call him his comrade.
Baron.
Number 1 Paul Jones bringing up the rear. Baron with a chance to get his hands on Sam Houston. But it's Sam Houston who's looking for revenge after Baron attacked him last week. Big grudge match here between Sam Houston and Baron von Raschke. Still to come, Italian Stallion and Black Bart in a grudge match. That all started when Black Bart and Wild Bill tried to end the career of Italian Stallion several weeks ago before the Clash of the Champions. It sidelined Italian Stallion for a few weeks, and he was unable to compete in the U.S. Tag Team title tournament.
From Texas,
he was going to be the partner of that man right there.
218 pounds, one half of the WCW United States Tag Team Champions, Sam Houston.
Who knows if he had not been injured, maybe it'd be the Stallion and Sam Houston as U.S. Tag Team Champions. Houston had to select another partner, Ron Simmons, who is not accompanying Houston to the ring. He is being treated in the back. The medical team looking at the ribs of Ron Simmons and in the lower back. So our thoughts and prayers and good wishes with Ron Simmons right now. And also with the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, who's also being tended to by the medical team. Busy night for them. They should ask for some sort of incentive. It might not be the end either when these two men are done with each other. Beautiful drop kick. Beautiful drop kick there, right on the button by Sam Houston. And a low spinning elbow. Great maneuver there by young Sam Houston. Ivan Koloff can't bear to look, but a good fireman carry takeover by the claw master Baron von Raschke. And that is the move that Sam Houston has to watch out for. If he gets locked in it, it's going to be over. Sam Houston, of course, the master of the dropkick and also the bulldog. If he can land the bulldog on Baron von Raschke, it's going to be over. Rakes the eyes with the feet. Now kicks him right in the throat. Sam Houston now. Shoulder tackle. Took down Baron von Raschke. Raschke with the height advantage. But I think as far as muscle tone goes, I think they're even. Right hand there by Sam. Rams him in the midsection. And again. Caught him in the corner. And now Sam. Winding up. Jumps over that top rope. What a leg drop to the back of the head. Great move by young Sam Houston. One half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions. Strong kick to the back. And another. Into the ropes goes Baron von Raschke. What a drop kick. Great maneuver by Sam Houston. Still to come, Nikita Koloff, the U.S. champion, taking on Wildfire Tommy Rich. Good ankle lock here by Houston. The Baron rolls free. That is a non-title match. Koloff wanted a warm-up match 2 weeks before the Clash of the Champions. I think I would have chosen someone besides Wildfire Tommy Rich. He is no slouch. Spins him around. Throws him into the corner. Charging in. What a splash. Sam Houston dazed. Look at Baron now. We have not seen this from Baron von Raschke. He is really fired up. What's he doing here? Interesting approach. And a good elbow drop. Baron von Raschke showing some agility most people didn't know he had. Interesting leg lock here. Turning him over. He's just tying Houston up like a pretzel. Trying to make him submit. A lot of pressure on the arms, the back, and the legs. Houston somehow trying to use his legs to fight free and does so. He really got Baron off balance. That was the only way he was able to escape that move. Clothesline. He took down Baron von Raschke. And now Houston applying that ankle lock once more. Trying to force Raschke to submit. Raschke trying to grab that middle rope. Unable to do so, but does kick free. Baron with a running clothesline. He took down Sam Houston. Houston, though, fighting back. Punch to the breadbasket. Not a kick. Russian leg sweep coming up, and there it is. Houston now off the ropes. Good running elbow drop. He caught him right in the chest. And now Houston might be going for the pin. No, instead he's locking the arm. Trying to win by submission. He wants to make Baron von Raschke give up. Losing his grip, though. You saw Baron's arm slip free, and that allowed him to escape. Takes down Sam Houston. Clubbing blow there by Raschke. Nikita Koloff in action next. Taking on Wildfire Tommy Rich. Camel clutch here by Baron. Bob Backlund style. He's got it locked in well. He might submit right here. But no, Sam Houston wiggles free. I was thinking Bob Backlund style, but that was actually Iron Sheik style. It was Bob Backlund who was locked in it. Roll up here by Sam. Might have him. One. A 1 count. Sam Houston puts that cowboy boot right to Baron. Reversal by Raschke. Charges in and splashes Sam Houston. And again, Raschke Slapping the chest, pumping the arm, and now look at this. Some belly flops here from Raschke into a running elbow drop. I think he learned that new hold from Japan, his tour of Japan. Right hand there by Raschke. Raschke just clubbing him now. Wrist lock, overhand wrist lock. Sam fighting back, fires those fists right to the midsection. And a knee, high knee there, right to the midsection. Throws Raschke into the corner, face first, and a clothesline. Down goes Raschke. He clotheslined him in the back of the head. He caught the leg there. Good counter there by Raschke and a backbreaker. And now Raschke again. Breaking the eyes. Strong kick. Now just walking all over Sam Houston. The air just gushing out of him. Raschke's signaling he's going to go for the claw right here. But not yet. Houston better look out for it. He knows it's coming. Come on, Sam, block it. Picks him up, neck hang, and just throws him. That was like a neck hang, belly-to-belly combination. And there it is. The claw. It's over. Houston nowhere to go. Houston trying to pull the hand off of his face. I don't think Raschke has it locked in well. Sam's pulling the arm. Sam pulling it away. We never see that. He just broke free of the claw. What a man is Sam Houston. Look at Raschke. He looked stunned. He couldn't believe it. But did not. There, he locked it in again. He got it again. Driving Houston down. And now he's really got it cinched in. Pressing in on the temples. It's over. Houston, it's over. Houston's out. And Raschke picks up the victory in this grudge match. What an impressive win by the Baron. Houston took him by surprise. That schoolboy roll-up only held him down for a 1 count. Houston was able to muster strength to break out of it once, but not twice. And there you see it. He just, out of nowhere, locked it on. Raschke's so good. He can apply that claw from any part of the ring.
Winner, Baron.
Raschke refusing to let the referee raise his hand in victory. He'll do it himself. Impressive win by Baron von Raschke. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, wrestling fans. I apologize. A change in the lineup. It's going to be Black Bart taking on the Italian Stallion next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Bill Irwin. And from Texas, weighing in at 285 pounds, Black Bart.
Italian Stallion looking for revenge against Black Bart. Wild Bill's going to be in the corner of Bart. That could work to the disadvantage of the Italian. No, it won't, because Chief Wild McDaniel is going to accompany him to the ring.
By Mac Daniel. And from North Carolina, weighing in at 265 pounds, Italian Stallion.
The Italian Stallion taking on Black Bart. Great ovation for the Italian Stallion. We speculated earlier if the Stallion had not been injured, would he have won that U.S. Tag Team title along with Sam Houston? Or would they have been a weaker team? Maybe Houston and Stallion would have been eliminated in the first round. We'll never know. But Italian Stallion taking it to Black Bart. Fresh in leg sweep. A look of concern passing over the face of Wild Bill Irwin. Meanwhile, Chief Wahoo McDaniel liking what he sees. Snaps down the head of Black Bart. Wahoo raises his hands in victory. Going for the quick win here. Near fall. Bart just kicked out. Stallion nearly scored the win. Strong kick there by the Italian Stallion. Stomps the lower back. Now slams the wrist against the mat. Look at Wild Bill up on the apron. He's distracting the Stallion. But not enough. No, Black Bart. Yeah, he blindsided him. Bart just blindsided the Stallion, hitting with that clothesline. And now Bart deadlifting the Stallion. Gut wrench. Spins him around and slams him. Good tilt-a-whirl slam there. 1. A 1 count. Bart. Look at the strength of Black Bart. What a belly-to-belly suplex. Stallion has to watch out for that Texas compactor, that flying leg drop off the top rope. Bart went for it last week against Ron Simmons. Simmons moved out of the way, and that spelled the doom for Black Bart as Simmons applied that running power slam, pinned him for the 1-2-3. But Simmons, of course, now out of the tournament. What a slap there by Bart. Has him up. Pile driver. He planted the Stallion. Fans, we will stay with you to bring you the next 2 matches and this one. If we have to go past the hour time allotment we will. Front face lock there by Bart. Good backbreaker. We've got Nikita Koloff taking on Tommy Rich next in a non-title match. And of course, Ricky Morton and Stan Lane, if Morton wins, gets Jim Cornette in the ring for 5 minutes. Everybody here in the arena and everybody watching would love to see that. After what Cornette did last week to Ricky Morton, attacking him from behind. Stallion drives all the way down the knee. Into the ropes. No, good move there by Bart. He just leaped over that top rope and grabbed the top rope to prevent crashing to the floor to stop the momentum. Stallion drags him in the hard way with a beautiful neck breaker. And Bart rolls out to the floor. Look out, Wahoo McDaniel. Solid right hand by Black Bart. Throws Wahoo into the steel railing. And now going after the Stallion. Drives him face first to the floor. And a clothesline takes down Wahoo McDaniel. He's taking on 2 men here. Wild Bill Irwin not coming over to help his partner. I guess he feels that Bart has it under control. Wahoo again moves out of the way, but only for a moment. And there's Italian Stallion just shoving Bart. Fireman carry takeover. They've got to get back in the ring. We do not want a double count out here. Neck hang. Throws him to the floor. Wahoo just backing away now. He wants no part of Black Bart. Bart putting the cowboy boots to Italian Stallion. They have until the count of 10 to get back in. It's going to be a double count out. The Bart's back in before the count of 9. Come on, Stallion, get in. He's not going to. Black Bart wins via count out. That is not how the fans wanted this one to end. Neither did the Italian Stallion. He tried to get back in. He was on his feet. But referee Bill Scott counted him out. And Bart will win by count out. There you see it, Stallion just unable to get back in before the count of 10.
Here is your winner, Black Bart.
A count-out victory for one half of the Long Riders. Things still not settled, I'm sure, between Italian Stallion and Black Bart. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Wildfire Tommy Rich to take on the U.S. champion, the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
This is a non-title match.
Way to the ring from Tennessee, weighing in at 235 pounds, Tommy.
If Rich should score a victory tonight over Nikita Koloff, he will surely be in line for a U.S. title shot against either Koloff or Luger, whoever the champion is, after Clash of the Champions 2. Great ovation for Wildfire Tommy Rich. Rich and the fans awaiting the arrival of the U.S. champion, the Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff. Koloff taking his good time getting to the ring. Fans, there he is, the U.S. champion, the Russian Nightmare.
Wait, that's Lex Luger! The total package Lex Luger from behind! Payback here! We saw Koloff attack Luger weeks ago, and now payback by the total package. He just took down the U.S. champion, Nikita Koloff. Belly to belly on the rampway! Fans loving it here in Atlanta. Putting the boost to the U.S. champion. Luger picks him up. Kick. DDT on the ramp.
Meanwhile, referee signaling no contest here. This was thrown out. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Chaos here. Nikita Koloff being looked at by our medical team. Overworked tonight. That match was a no contest. Disappointing for Tommy Rich.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Nashville, Tennessee. Weighing in at 235 pounds. Ricky Morton.
Luger walked out with the U.S. title, but he's going to have to surrender that. That is not his championship. He'll get his opportunity for the U.S. title in 2 weeks at Clash of the Champions 2 Spring Stampede. That is if Koloff is able to compete. He was DDT'd on that hard rampway by the total package. Referee called for a no contest. Disappointing for Tommy Rich, but he'll get...
Wait a minute, that's beautiful Bobby! This is supposed to be Stan Lane! This is supposed to be Stan Lane against Ricky Morton. Jim Cornette
233 pounds.
Pulling an ace.
Of the WCW
Calling an audible.
World Beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Ricky Morton had been preparing all week for Stan Lane, but now he's going to get beautiful Bobby Eaton instead. And you know Jim Cornette went to the championship committee and petitioned this. Morton saying it's fine, I'll take him on. He wants 5 minutes with Jim Cornette. He has to beat beautiful Bobby Eaton instead. If he does, he gets 5 minutes in the ring with Jim Cornette, who attacked him last week. Talk about having to revise the playbook at the last minute. That's what Morton has to do now. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. Collar and elbow tie-up. Headlock here by Morton. Good takeover. Good takedown. Beautiful Bobby. Side headlock. Morton. Overhand wrist lock by Eaton. Reversal. Hammerlock. Morton has him. Eaton jockeying for position. Morton just shoves him off. I think he sensed that beautiful Bobby was going to elbow him right in the mouth. Morton shoved him off before he could do so. Morton wants Jim Cornette in the ring. Elbow to the midsection. And Nikita Koloff being checked over now. I was saying I think Tommy Rich will get his opportunity to shine in the near future. You will not hold him down. Morton slips free. We are at the 7 o'clock hour. We clothesline there by Morton. We're going to stay with you to bring you the conclusion of this matchup. And I know everybody wants to see Morton and Cornette. But Morton has to beat Beautiful Bobby. Good move there by Beautiful Bobby. We'll bring you that too if Morton wins. Throws him into the steel railing. Right hands here by Beautiful Bobby. All Morton has to do is win by countout, DQ, pinfall, or submission, and he'll get Jim Cornette in the ring. Cornette wearing the glasses. I'm sure using that to his advantage. You know the old saying, who'd hit a guy with glasses? Morton now, driving all the way down on the lower back. Morton has Eaton now. Face first into that top turnbuckle. Irish whip into the corner. Referee Bill Scott avoided being taken down by beautiful Bobby. He was lucky to get out of the way in time. Sledgehammer punch. And now Morton going for the win. 1. A 1 count only. Morton and Gibson will have their chance at winning those World Tag Team titles. At Clash of the Champions 2, they came up short against the Midnight Express about a month ago now. There's a knee. Eaton now fighting back. Front face lock by beautiful Bobby into the abdominal stretch. Beautiful Bobby, Sweet Stan, both great wrestlers. They are the World Tag Team Champions. I don't know that you could say one was stronger than the other, but definitely throws a wrench into the plan when you're prepared to take on Stan Lane, and all of a sudden beautiful Bobby comes down the aisle. 1. A 1 count. Bobby kicked out. Armbar. Bobby rolls free. Hammerlock by Morton. There's the elbow. Caught him right in the jaw. And Eaton with a running knee to the midsection. Double axe handle to the top of the head. Now stomps the arm of Morton. Front face lock. Eaton now taking it to Ricky Morton. Somersaults him over. Fans, this has just been announced. At the Clash of the Champions, it's going to be a tornado tag match. Cover here by beautiful Bobby. Italian Stallion and Chief Wahoo McDaniel to take on Black Bart and Wild Bill Irwin. So another match added to the Clash of the Champions 2 Spring Stampede in 2 weeks. What a night it's going to be. You won't want to miss it. In fact, don't miss any of the action. Tune in every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Shoulder claw here by beautiful Bobby. Thank you to all the new subscribers and to everybody who's been here for a while. Definitely appreciate everybody who watches. Morton introducing Eaton to that top turnbuckle. And Morton sensing that he wants Jim Cornette in the ring. Picks him up. Good counter there by beautiful Bobby. Side salto suplex there by beautiful Bobby. And Bobby going up top. He might be going for the Alabama Jam. That flying leg drop from the top rope. Can he hit it? Yes, he can. Eaton drilled him. Cover. Leg hook. 1, 2, 3. And Bobby Eaton just saved his manager's hide tonight. Ricky Morton will not get Jim Cornette in the ring for 5 minutes. And I'm sure fans everywhere are disappointed. But no one more disappointed than Ricky Morton. And the audible that Jim Cornette called by sending beautiful Bobby to the ring instead of Stan Lane, it paid off. There you see it. That flying leg drop, the Alabama Jam, he calls it. And Eaton scores the pinfall win.
Here is your winner, beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Yeah, he's going to get a bonus tonight. Extra money in the pocket of beautiful Bobby Eaton. We're out of time. We'll see you next week. Have a great night.